better keep going. We've got a lot of ground to cover before they find out we're gone.
They could be in Abyssinia by now!
Tell Khalid to take some men and go after them. They must be brought back and punished, so all will know that rebellion will not be tolerated in Mecca.
What is the deal with this guy? The Muslims cause trouble for a decade, finally leave, and suddenly he decides, oh, now I want to make them pay. I mean, I did before, but I want to do it again for some reason, because I'm just that evil. But that batch of Muslims got away. Oh well, just get the ones still causing trouble in Mecca.
Here lies my most precious necklace. It is yours. Now bless me for my generosity. Well, excellent work.
I understand you know the Abyssinian king.
I do. Quite well, as a matter of fact.
Good. This is for him. Him to turn the Muslims over to us.
If anyone can do it, it is I.
Ah, it's good to see you again, Amr.
All these gifts are for you.
Your generosity is overwhelming.
You deserve much more.
I understand. You are concerned about these few who have emigrated from your city.
Rebels, sir. They stirred up trouble in our city, and they will do the same in yours.
This guy is not a bad guy. He's telling it like it is.
Let us do the favor of taking them from you.
They seem peaceable enough to me.
That's because you don't know
A
them.
new religion which means to destroy all others.
How you answer?
Dear King,
Bow to the king.
we bow to no man, sir. Only to our God.
That means they don't bow to your God either, Mr. Christian King.
You see, dear King, anarchy already.
I let it pass. I'm more concerned about their attitude before God than before me. Continue.
Not very long ago, dear King, we were people living in ignorance. Then God sent us
Allah.
a prophet. He called us to worship one God and to always tell the truth.
You mean like this truth? Tabari 1:219. When Allah wanted to create the creation, He brought forth smoke from the water. The smoke hovered loftily over it. He called it heaven. Then He dried out the water and made it earth. He split it and made it 7 earths on Sunday. He created the earth upon a big fish, that being the fish mentioned in the Quran. By the pen the fish was in the water. The water was upon the back of a small rock. The rock was on the back of an angel. The angel was on the back of a big rock. The big rock was in the wind. The fish became agitated. As a result, the earth quaked, so Allah anchored the mountains and made it stable. This is why the Quran says, Allah made for the earth firmly anchored mountains, lest it shake you up. Yes, indeed, the Muslims were living in ignorance until Muhammad set things straight. Now that we've covered the truthfulness aspect of Islam, how about love?
He asked us to love and care for our parents.
Bukhari, Volume 4, Book 52, number 260. The Prophet said, if a Muslim discards his religion, kill him. So we pressure them incessantly until they accept Allah, and then if they turn back afterwards, we give them a one-way ticket to hell via scimitar. So saith the Prophet, peace and blessing be upon him.
To help our neighbors.
Quran 9, verse 24. If your fathers, your sons, your brothers, your wives, your relatives, wealth which you have obtained, commerce wherein you fear decline, and dwellings which you are in, are more pleasant and more beloved to you than Allah and His Messenger and jihad in His cause, then wait until Allah executes His command to torment. And Allah does not guide wrongdoing folks.
And give to the needy.
And I'll just let the movie go.
He taught us that our time here is brief, and that everything around us is a trust from God. the earth, our bodies. We must take care of them, and we will stand before God in a coming day and answer for our deeds.
What they teach, Amr, is the gospel of Jesus.
That they are. I'm teaching you people more Islam than these imposters. Here's what's going on right now. Either the Muslims are being sneaky and covert until they build up sufficient numbers, or more likely, this movie is once again projecting a false image of Islam onto American children in an effort to convince us that the religion isn't evil. Thankfully, most of us aren't stupid, and in watching the news about the Middle East, we can see what's really going on right in front of our faces. Nevertheless, I am seriously offended that the makers of this movie would lie to us so boldly and shamelessly. I do have an explanation, though. In Islam, there is a word called al-taqiyya, that is, the legal lie. Muslims are permitted to lie if it means furthering the cause of Islam. And this whole movie has been one big al-taqiyya.
No, dear king. They do not respect your religion. They say that Jesus is not the Son of God, but merely a man.
Of Jesus, we say what our prophet said to us, that he is the servant of God, his messenger, his word, and his spirit which he cast upon Mary, the Blessed Virgin.
What we believe and what you believe are like these two beams of light, separate, yet coming from the same source.
I would be stunned by the stupidity of this remark if I wasn't already used to hearing Islam spout foolish things. If we just pushed on now without thinking, this example might have passed as a cute idea, but it is way too serious. So, according to the movie, Allah is the source of Christianity, and he is reported to have said in his Bible, "This is my son, whom I love, and with whom I am well pleased." Yet Allah is also the source of Islam, and here Jesus is not the son, but merely a man. You cannot just dismiss a difference this significant by saying, "Oh, both speak well of Jesus, so they're probably from the same God." Jesus couldn't have been both God's son and not God's son at the same time. Either Christianity or Islam is being deliberately deceptive, and Islam is the source that just conceived this idea that Jesus is the Son of God, but not really. This double-minded idiocy might fool a toddler, or perhaps Samaya, but hey, if you are really willing to believe that the earth was on the back of a giant fish, you'll swallow this with relative ease.
I would not give you up for a mountain of gold. You may live here as long as you like. As for you, Amr, take your gifts and return to Mecca.
Is he drunk? I think he's drunk.
A couple of rich pilgrims thought that they could outgamble Abu Lahab. Won everything they had. It wasn't you two I beat, was it?
The movie's trying to be funny again.
Umar ibn al-Khattab has joined the Muslims.
Umar? Umar the Great? The man in Umar?
Yes, Umar, yes!
No, not Umar.
Seems he heard the Quran. The beauty of it cleansed his heart, he said.
Quran 56, verse 41. But those of the left hand, how unhappy those of the left hand! They will be in the scorching hot wind and boiling water, under the shadow of thick black smoke, neither cool nor agreeable. They will be gathered together on a certain day which is predetermined. Then you, the erring and the deniers, will eat zakum, a thorn tree. Fill your bellies with it, and drink scalding water, lapping it up like female camels raging of thirst and disease. Such will be their entertainment, their welcome on the day of doom, the welcome of boiling water, and the entertainment of roasting in hell. This is the ultimate truth. Okay, I doubt this is actually what was recited, but hell is the most talked about subject in the Quran. Besides, I think it's been established by now that the Quran is not a beautiful, but sexist, self-serving, demonic, murderous, foolish, family-shattering, and deceitful book. It is horrible how I can say this so confidently, since I've already provided an example of every one.
I know just what to do. Hear me, O ye gods. We can't do anything to stop the Muslims. Maybe you can help.
Oh, shut up, you drunken fool.
Strike them with the plague.
Would you please... That's it. You solved it.
I did?
We'll treat them like outcasts. Cut them off from everything.
Great. Then they'll leave here and spread their lies throughout all of Arabia.
We won't let them go anywhere. We'll keep them right here and watch them starve.
Starve?
How? We will sign an agreement and hang it in the Kaaba. It will say that no one shall sell or buy anything from Muhammad's followers or those who protect him. No one shall marry them. No one shall assist them in any way. They will be as outcasts to all of Mecca until Muhammad sees the error of his ways.
This was probably the worst time for Muhammad and any part of his band of misfits who had remained in Mecca. You'd think he'd know when to quit. But this boycott from Abu Lahab went on for 3 years, and somehow they found food. Not only that, but according to the imagery in this honest and accurate film, the Muslims somehow increased to like hundreds in size. Holy cow, that's a lot of Muslims! Where did all those Muslims suddenly come from?
Thank you, Mohammed.
The Muslims were cut off. Most were afraid to stay in their own homes. In order to survive, they fled to a nearby hill.
Thank you.
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
swords! I see swords! It's gonna get ugly soon!
Still hungry, Mama? I know, darling, I know. Papa, can't we go find Malik in Abyssinia?
They won't let us go, my son.
Do you think Malik knows what's happening to us?
I sent a message, but I don't know, Hadi. You can't leave now, Malik. Not alone.
I can't stay here while my family suffers.
That's all there is, Ammar. The Prophet's wife Khadijah has sold everything she has for these few provisions. Still, it won't last for long. Who would have thought this would go on for 3 years? You're a weak messenger of God. I know Islam teaches patience and perseverance, but you can't keep giving up your food for others.
Oh, believe me, he didn't. There is an instance much later on in Bukhari, Volume 5, Book 59, number 511, where the Muslim militants were starving and were cooking donkey meat to eat. But then Muhammad ordered them to overturn the cooking pots. It turns out that the kumas, that is the Prophet's share of the war booty, hadn't been divided out of the pool of spoils. This means they were potentially about to eat what belonged to Muhammad, and Muhammad was willing that they should starve rather than renounce his claim to stolen property. Hey, if you want orders to be taken seriously, you gotta be consistent. Look, you won't learn jack about the real Muhammad from watching this contrived Muhammad movie. You have to read the actual Islamic scripture.